Yeah, I'm here to observe the body. I hope it ain't who I think it is. Man. So I know seeing a dead body sometimes isn't easy. So just take a moment, identify the body, and let us know if you recognize this person. His body isn't in best condition, but let us know if you identify this person. Have you ever seen a dead body before? Right. Look familiar. Yep, that's him. Yep. Definitely Aaron Rodgers. Damn, they left him like that? That's how they left him. Damn, at least fix his arm up a little bit. Damn, I told him not to go out there. But he just had to just go out there for another year. Fuck. Man. Not you, A.A. Ron. Not you, A.A. Ron. Ah, man, I remember the good times we used to have. Fuck yeah, that's him, but damn, I don't even recognize the person that I'm seeing. Man. He couldn't even put up a fight yesterday. Damn, his team didn't even have his back. I was like, yeah, I feel sorry for him, but yeah, that's definitely A.A. Ron. That's him. Damn, I just hate to see him go out like this. Not you, not my favorite quarterback. Lord, why, Lord, why? Not you, A.A. Ron, not you laying there like that. Get up, A.A. Ron, get up. Get up, A.A. Rod. Nah, come on, mama, please. Don't do this to me now. Help me, please. Help me, please.
I got scars on heel that money can't fix it. My brother turned a snake just for that quickly. Gay love, they gay hate cause they mind will sick. I was 30 in the clock cause the pot got thick. Damn, change ain't change, only change switch clips. Gotta ride with that drum, keep that clip by my hip. See the pain in my verse every time you hear me spit. They told me keep my circle tight, but that bitch.
How you guys doing? So welcome to the 414 Morning Podcast. I know I ain't had to do that to Aaron Rodgers, but Houston defense definitely left a body, right? So, and I can't even blame that on Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if he was 42. I don't care if he was 22. Like, that defense is elite. The offensive line, I mean, there's so much you can take. It was that bend but don't break mentality, but at the end, they clearly broke, right? But there's a couple of things that, like, I can't even just blame it on Aaron Rodgers. To me, the momentum changed when DK dropped the ball. Right? To me, that's when the momentum changed. I mean, you couldn't drop the ball in there no better. Aaron Rodgers, like, literally couldn't just walk up to him and just put the ball in his hands. Right? You couldn't drop it in there no better. And to me, that makes Decaf look better. I mean, look bad. Because look at what he did with the Lions fans. Right? And then after that, you come back and you have a performance like that. That's terrible. We talk about the terrible towel, terrible DK. And then right after that, the tight end, and Rodgers tried to hit him up the seams. What happened? He dropped the ball again. And then even after Houston scored a touchdown, Aaron Rodgers avoided sack. He rolled out. Do I need to say it again? DK dropped another pass that could have kept the drive alive. Against that defense, you have to execute. Because if you don't, it's not the type of defense you want to play from behind. Not just that, Steelers don't have the offense to play from behind. Right? Another key component to me to that game was third down. Pittsburgh cannot get off the field on third down. Right? But enough about the game. Let's just talk about the players. Where does this leave Aaron Rodgers? Do you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to retire? Or you think he's going to play one more year? Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin. What are we doing, bruh? Mike Tomlin, if you haven't heard by now, stepped down from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that got me thinking. Did he step down or was he about to get fired? Did they give him the luxury of saying, you know what, Mike? After 19 seasons, I think we want to head in a different direction. And because he's a Hall of Fame coach, because he is Mike Tomlin, do you think they decided to say, you know what? We're going to let you go out on your terms. If you step down, it doesn't look as bad as us firing you. But if that was any other coach, you say, let's run it back. Do you think the Buffalo game had a lot to do with it? Or even just the season? By them just own fans at home screaming, fire Mike Tomlin, fire Mike Tomlin. Do you think that had a lot to do with it? Where he like, you know what? I gave y'all 19 years. 19 years. My best years too. Right? I gave y'all 19 years. Every year I've been here, we've been winning. I never had a losing season. I won a Super Bowl. Last 7+ years, we've made it to the playoffs. We might not have the success that we wanted, but we made it. And y'all boo me? You ungrateful son. Sorry, I almost felt like I was Mike Tomlin. But you imagine how that must feel? I've never failed y'all. I've been here for 19 years. And this the thanks I get? And because he stepped down, I think Aaron Rodgers was thinking about, you know what, let's run it back another year. But now, since Mike is gone, do you think he would want to go back to Pittsburgh? Or do you think he's going to try to sign a one-day contract or whatever contract it is to just retire in Green Bay? I don't know. I think he has another year left, honestly. But with Mike Tomlin gone, I don't know if he's running back in Pittsburgh. I don't know how many people will want to go to Pittsburgh now since Mike is gone. And then if you Pittsburgh, who do you bring in there to coach? Right? How can you beat that? Like that? How do you beat that? Mike Tomlin. I understand, like a lot of people say, you know what? His ways is old-fashioned, but he's a people's person. He impacted a lot of people's lives. You never hear people say anything bad about him off the field. From old players to current players, you always hear that he not only impacted them as a player, but as a person. That he helped them as humans. And that's the leader of a great coach. Like, I'm not just getting you better as a person, as a player, but I'm getting you better as a person and as a human being. I'm not just instilling values as a football player. I'm instilling values as a human being. That's the leader, the marks of a good leader and as a great coach. Sometimes a great coach has to be a great mentor, right? Because that's the person that you will want to play for. That's the person you will run through a wall for, right? So Mike Tomlin from the 414 Morning Podcast, I appreciate you for all 19 years. I appreciate you, right? One thing I think they should have done is just get rid of the coordinators, the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator, even in special teams. Like, it all had to just go away with, right? But we still got incredible football games. I can't give you my Super Bowl pick, but I know here we don't duck any smoke. So I'm going with a team from the NFC. I'm going with the Rams or Seattle. Those are my two picks. If you don't like it, kiss my podcast, right? Only because I'm saying that is because look at every team in the AFC. If the AFC want to be crowned Super Bowl champions, a team from there, your best chance to be is Buffalo, because Buffalo is the only team there that can score. Every team has flaws. If you look at Broncos, yeah, they play good defense. They struggle to score. Houston, we saw what that shit show was. Unfortunately, they played against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which the Steelers could have won that game. But we talked about that already, so I don't even want to go back and talk about that. But Houston, they still struggle to score, right? And they look ugly at times. You're not gonna get away with that against good teams. Look at the Patriots. We saw the snooze fest that was when we watched the game. So they struggle to score as well. So the teams in the AFC, yeah, you got great defenses, elite, but you struggle to score. Where the teams in the NFC, they got good defenses, and they can score. All right, so my Super Bowl pick will either be the Rams or Seattle. Going into other news, Jeff T, you have to explain this to me, bro. And I like your podcast, right? I like some of your takes, but you saying if Shea Alexander win one more ring, that he would be better than Steph, bro. Somebody need to check what's in his cup. Smoking ain't for everybody. Bruh, you got to tell me this was clickbait. You have to tell me. You can't honestly believe this. This has to be something that you typed in GPT. It has to be. You can't honestly look straight in the camera and look America in his eyes and tell us that you believe that. See, this is what I hate about these current players in these podcasts. Not just the recency biasness, but because automatically they look at these current players and they want to put them in the same categories as some of these Hall of Fame players. Or some of these players that's been played 15, 16, 17 years. I'm not saying that these current players aren't good, but they still haven't had that longevity. They still don't even have that resume. You got to allow for their careers to play out. They start putting up 40, 50, playing 5 or 6 seasons, you just start to say, oh, they better than this person. How? They haven't even played. You get what I'm saying? You gotta allow for them to have a career. Then we start having that conversation. You can't put current players and say if they would against this player. No. And I'm not saying that I'm a leader of the old school. I'm just saying that they got a career, they got a resume, they have a short resume. Let the career play out first. And then you compare notes. But you said one more ring though? I can't believe that. Not just that. Steph is the only player that get the worst side of the whistle. How many times we watch a game, every time he shoot, they hitting his arm, they running through him. Every time he coming off of screens, they grabbing him. Even off his layups, he getting fouled. And no whistle. Hell, I don't watch the game where the player literally turned and grabbed and threw Steph down, and the foul was on Steph. I didn't see Steph shoot a three. They run through his arm, and guess what? The foul was still on Steph. Give him half the fouls that Shea is getting. Steph is the only player that made more three-pointers than he did free throws. Tell me, where did that make sense at? Steph is the only player that doesn't get the benefit of the superstar whistle. And I'm not saying that Shea isn't great. Shea got game. And I'm not saying that he foul bait throughout the whole game, because some of them do be fouls. Hey, you play within the rules. That's my thing. But to say one more ring, Shea be better than Steph? Nah, bruh. You smoking a different type of weed. Whoever on the panel, they definitely need to check what's in your cup. Even this, I had to pull this up. Steph, he's the top 10 in scoring, but he isn't even top 10 or top 20 in free throw shooting. Tell me, how did that make sense? I'm top 10 in scoring, but I'm not even top 20 in free throw attempts. Like, to me, that in itself just doesn't make sense, right? So, I feel like the Warriors are in trouble, right? They still haven't fixed that non-Steph minutes, right? But one thing about Steph is, we can say that he clutch, right? Because his shooting percentage always increases when his team is down. Speaking of NBA, Anthony Davis, Mr. Glass, it's time to retire, bruh. Since he's been with the Mavericks, abductor strain, detached retina, left calf contusion, sore Achilles, groin spasms. Now he got ligament damage in his wrist. But can't stay on the court. It's time to give it up. Wait. Anthony Davis just got injured again. To me, it's time to give it up for him. I don't see. If I'm Dallas, I'm just moving on. Let's see what we got with Cooper Flag. I'm done with this experiment with AD. Let's figure out what we can get for him. It's time to package it up. Like, it just ain't working for me. He just got injured again. He was cheering. He just got injured. Like, speaking of Anthony Davis, like, did y'all see his new signature shoe he got out? Oh, y'all ain't know Anthony Davis got a signature shoe? All right, I'm gonna show y'all right here. These his shoes. Gotta go give me some of those. Most definitely. Besides that, this just pisses me off, right? Isaiah Thomas, Rich Paul, Gilbert Arenas. No particular order. Y'all can all kiss my podcast, right? Even Posey, right? Kiss my podcast too, right? I hate this Jordan slander. And I'm not saying that Jordan couldn't be touched. I'm not saying Jordan didn't have flaws, right? I'm not saying that he was the perfect human being, he was the perfect player. I'm not saying that, but this slander against Jordan got to stop. Isaiah Thomas, it's easy for you to say you was a veteran. You was beating a young Michael Jordan. Okay. You happy? You want a cookie or some more Botox in your face, right? Look at Bo Isaiah Thomas. It's okay to get wrinkles, bruh. You old. You old. Your face shouldn't be that tight. I feel like if you sneeze, your face go crack. Your face shouldn't be that tight. I feel like I just every time I see him on TV, I just want to take a pen and just let some air out of his face. Bruh, your face shouldn't be that tight at all. It shouldn't. I feel like if you just laugh too hard, we just go see you'll see your face just pop. That's it. It looked like he had cough away from his face just exploding. But he looked weird. Bruh, maybe all them shots then got to you. In all them shots, all them chemicals that went to your brain. Right? You said Jordan not the GOAT, Jordan not one of the best basketball players. Bro, you just bitter. You still bitter. It's been over 30 years, bro. Get over it. Get over it. Bro, give credit to where it's due. And I don't understand why you all of a sudden is an expert. I don't know why everybody keep going to you about advice. Especially not about basketball. I feel like if you go to a basketball player, or old head, or whoever it is, they can't be biased. All these players that talk about certain players, they're biased. They got something against them. Jordan beat them. Now they bitter. And they just pissed off. So any chance they get, they just take a shot. I don't see why they put Isaiah as one of the top 5, top 10 point guards, but he wasn't that good to me. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. I mean, we applauding people fouling. Wow. Detroit was great because they whooped the shit out of everybody. How is that even basketball? These niggas didn't play basketball. They just fuck people up. Right? Gilbert Arenas. Michael Jordan don't have a left hand? But I could show you highlight tapes of Jordan just going left. Right? You didn't play against a Mike. He would destroy you. On some no chill Gil? No, chill Gil. But really, really? But after all, some of the shit that Gilbert Arenas to say, but I don't even take you seriously. I understand you just rage baiting. You just trying to get clicks. That's it, bro. I'm good on you, bro. And plus, we still don't know what level of informant you are. Only person that I know get arrested for gambling and then get out the same day. Normally, people that get out the same day, once they get arrested for something like that, and you already got a case, and you already got a record, bro, everybody in the hood know what that is. You get arrested and get out the same day, bro, we already know. I ain't got nothing to say about you, bro. You about to report me, right? Moving on to the rest of y'all. Rich Paul. Who the fuck gave this? Who gave him a mic? They give mics to anybody. Fuck, put this nigga on a podcast, right? Talk some nobody really wants to be like Mike. It's the shoes. That's the reason why they want to be like Mike. If that's the case, nobody wants to be like LeBron. Never heard nobody say, I want to be just like Bron. Nah. Never heard nobody say, man, I'm about to go get those bronze. It's the reason why people are still lining up to get Jordan shoes. But Jordan is still the GOAT. People want to be like Mike because the way he move on the court. Because his winning attitude. Somebody want to be like LeBron because nobody want to lose. Nobody want to get used to flopping. Nobody want to come in second place. Nobody wants to be like Mike. No, nobody wants to be like Bron. I understand you got to do what you got to do. You got to pay your bills. I understand that. So you got to take up for the man that is responsible for paying your bills. I get it. I get it. But you can kiss my podcast. Some of y'all just be saying some stuff just to be saying some stuff. They give y'all a mic. Y'all just figure like y'all say what y'all got to say. I understand it's for the views. It's for the clicks. for subscriptions. I get it. But again, like I told Jeff T, look America in his face. Don't blink. You honestly believe that? You can't. You can't believe that. Again, stay tuned for my channel, Common Jokes, where I'll be doing a lot of interviews, commenting on a lot of viral clips, and be posting some of my comedy sketches. Now, we could just dissect the NBA right quick before we go. Like, let's look at Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant then shot himself in the foot. Sorry, poor choice of words. I think he shot himself out of Memphis. Another poor choice of words. I think Ja Morant, that relationship with the Memphis Grizzlies is just over. I think he just need to just get a clean start, fresh start, just somewhere else. But I remember on this podcast, a lot of people had comments when I mentioned Dillon Brooks. Trading away Dillon Brooks will have a big impact on the team. Like, Dillon Brooks is the light-skinned version of Draymond Green. Both irritated. Hey, when you on a team, you love them. When you're against them, you hate them. Even when you're on your team, you don't like them sometimes when they on your team. They do some stupid stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he was the heart and the soul of that team. He gave you that defensive identity. Even you look at with him and Baines and JJ and Morant, that was like a brotherhood. You was building the young core. I think they broke that up too quick. It's too soon. They pushed the panic button a little bit too soon. I would have just kept Brooks and got rid of Baines. Not saying that Baines is a bad player, but get anybody in there to shoot the ball. Right? So I would have just kept Brooks because of what he brings to the table. He went over and he run when he was with Houston. Now he went in when he with Phoenix. You need players like that that's not afraid to get their hands dirty. Right? Interesting thing last night, Milwaukee booed the Bucks and Giannis booed back. I feel like also Giannis is saying a lot of the right things. I feel like the city, Giannis loved Milwaukee. Giannis is appreciative of his time in Milwaukee and his opportunity and what they did for him and his family. But I feel like Giannis, at this point, is just playing basketball. I don't think his heart is no longer there. I think Giannis is also one of those players that just buy in his time. I don't think that if his contract get renewed, he resigns. So if I'm the Bucks, do I lose him in free agency or do I trust what Giannis is saying? And we all know you can't trust athletes and what they say. They gonna say everything they want to say. They gonna say all the good stuff because they don't want to get booed or seen as the bad person. But I can see it go both ways. If you're the Bucks, do you want to be the franchise that trade away Giannis? But I just see just blow the whole thing up, right? It's either that, even if you get rid of Doc, I just don't see Giannis staying. I just don't think Giannis want to be there. Giannis seemed like he want to go to a bigger market now, right? When he was younger, okay, it's cool, I put the team on my back. I do all this other stuff. Now he got these endorsement deals. His wife don't want to be here. I think Giannis is just ready to go somewhere else also. Kuminga, it's time to get rid of Kuminga. And again, not saying that he's a bad player, but he doesn't fit the Warrior system. Kuminga is a young player that wants the ball in his hands. He want to make all the mistakes that he can make. He want to get all the shots that he can get. He want the offense to be ran through him. And if you look at any team in the NBA, no team can take that on. Maybe Sacramento, maybe he go to the Nets. It seemed like the Warriors and Michael Porter Jr., that name keeps circulating. But if I'm the Warriors, just do Kuminga a favor and just trade him And I know you want to trade him to the right place. You want to get the right pieces back. But right now, you need to just do him a favor so he can continue his journey and continue to grow. And so you can grow as a franchise too and just get rid of Kuminga, right? Get some draft capital back. Hey, go get a big. Go get somebody that you actually can use as serviceable, right? Quentin Post does his best, but you can tell he's really a 4 that's playing a 5 position. You got Draymond Green playing the 5 position, right? At this stage in his career, he shouldn't be playing much of the 5. So to me, just get rid of Kuminga. That's it. Good riddance. Hey, thank you for your service. Throw up the deuces and just call it a day. That's what, in my book, that's just what I see, right? So let me know, do you think there's going to be big key moves during the free agency, I should say during the trade deadline, or you think it's going to be quiet? So thank you guys for tuning in to the 414 Morning Podcast. Again, I am Armando.
I got scars unhealed that money can't fix it. My brother turned to snake just for that quickly. Gay love, they gay hate cause they mind well sick. I was 30 in the clock cause the pot got thick. Damn, change ain't change, only change switch clips. Gotta ride with that drum, keep that clip by my hip. See the pain in my verse every time you hear me spit. They told me keep my circle tight, but that bitch